mighty people of the sun. In the heart lies all the answers to the truth you can't run from. Man, you talk about some deep stuff already this morning, and that's so true about anything that's going on, and y'all just don't know about it, or you're not paying no attention to it. I'm letting you know, because that's what it's all about. Man, I hear that song, and that reminds me of the climate it is today. If you say those lyrics right there, whatever it is from political to social to community, the answer is right there because you're running from the truth. As that's just me saying it. And I listen to these songs and the truth. And my friend is here. Before we get started, I gotta do this. I gotta play this because this is my girl right here. Let me go ahead and play this real quick.
Get ready. San Antonio. The next event in the Wanna Go Fit LLC Wellness Education Series is almost here. It's the WGF 3rd Annual Fitness and Nutrition Expo, Saturday, September 20th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Moad Center, and admission is free.
Enjoy fitness demos. You can jump into yoga, R&B line dancing, salsa, extreme step, plus a healthy meal demonstration with Chef Amanda Marie. Chair massages by Conscious Moves, and an engaging fitness and nutrition discussion panel.
Bring a friend, bring the family, and bring your questions. Experts will be on hand to help you start, restart, or elevate your wellness journey. Register online today to reserve your complimentary gift bag with your name on it at wannagofit.com. That's wannagofit.com. Proudly supported by our community partners, WSAN Radio and TAN TV. Wanna Go Fit Wellness made possible.
And that's what it's all about. I don't know if you heard that spot, but I've been playing it.
About.
You know, the two things. The first one was the last song I just played. Listen to the last lines right there. You could tag that on anything. It'd fit almost anything today.
What song was that, Ron? I didn't catch that.
That was Earth, Wind, and Fire, Mighty Mighty.
I don't know if I'm necessarily familiar with that one. And I'm a music connoisseur, so
yeah.
Not to brag or nothing, however, but I am.
Yeah, and you know, they said we are people of the mighty, mighty people in the sun. In our hearts lie all the answers. This is the part where the truth you can't run from. And people are running from the truth right now. You talking about today's stuff. And the second part, I tell everybody to go to your Facebook page. Because you had something in there about taking a mind check or something in there. And I read that off today. And the last one hit me. Because that's what I did. I went away for the weekend. I reset. And I didn't know you had that out there till today. I said, what is Coach K following me, putting this out here? But it was so true because when we went, it was so relaxing. I left everything here in San Antonio, and I just enjoyed myself down in South Padre Island.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah.
And, you know, like you said, we have to remember that you have to reset. You have to reset. Nothing is ever going to be ongoing. Nothing is ever really continuous except for like the rotation of the earth, right?
Yeah.
That's the only thing that keeps going. Everything else, you know, it takes breaks. It requires rest. If you catch the bus, well, that bus, you know, it takes stops, and then it has a time that it cuts off running.
Yeah.
And it starts back up. You know, everything. I know, like you say, we make it as a joke, but it's true. Everything needs to reset. And we need to remember that, you know, it doesn't always have to be a trip, you know. Maybe it's just something as simple as, let me sit down. I was just talking about that with one of my clients before I jumped on here. You know, it can be as simple as, let me sit down, look out the window, clear my mind, breathe, you know. It could be something as simple as, you know what, I'm going to put on my favorite movie and laugh until I can't laugh no more. You
Yes.
know what I'm saying? So, I mean, for real, I feel like we do that with so many things. We overthink it. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I have a client I always tell, I say, you overthinking it. You know what I mean? And um, we overthink a lot of times the solution when sometimes the solution is as simple as I'm just going to rest.
Yeah.
All right. Did you have a good time in South Padre?
You know, it was, well, the hotel was horrible. But other than that,
What?
we stayed at this resort, and as we was leaving, I told my wife, "Yeah, it's a resort. They resort how they want to treat you." But the bedding was the only thing was the bedding was horrible. I feel like I was sliding off in the ocean because like for some reason the mattress was lumpy and all that. But other than that, um, everything was fine. We found
Okay.
some nice places to eat. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I got my blackened catfish. You
All
know,
right.
yeah, I
Was
got
it
that.
everything you wanted it to be?
Oh man, along with my broccoli and so yeah, I was in hog heaven because everything was grilled, even the
Yeah.
veggies.
Yeah.
So everything
Yeah.
was grilled. But the ride down there, actually, to tell you the truth, the ride down there was good. Even though it was a long drive, but we conversated and we talked about things on what's coming up and stuff. But that was the most. Be honest with you, Coach K. That was the most relaxing part is driving down there, letting loose of everything, just driving, being free. That was so relaxing to me. It was. My wife said, "I
Mhm.
don't know about you." I said, "You didn't drive. You sat there looking cute." you know, but it was real good going down there and coming back home. So I can't complain about it. I needed that.
Right, right, right. And like you said, this time you unplugged and because Ron, I have seen you, my brother. You have been busy. You've been moving and shaking now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
somebody told me when I got back on the air Tuesday, they told me, "Don't you ever leave again. We was waiting to hear your voice on Monday morning." I said, "Did you hear it?" He said, "No, it's because I was gone." Matter of fact, I brought my laptop, and all I did was plugged in the first day to make sure the radio station was running because I had it on autopilot, and
hmm
everything was working fine. I never logged back on again. I left it alone.
and isn't that a beautiful thing there? Just being able to detach and have things running smoothly, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's something that I think we do have to appreciate in this age
Yeah.
is these automated systems. I am still just being honest, the AI, I don't know,
Mm.
but I can appreciate the freedom that it does allow for a business owner, so forth or whatever, to be able to still get out here and enjoy life, to take a break, and not have to worry about our things running in the background. So that's what's
Yeah.
up. I'm glad that, like you said, you're able to utilize that and just go away. Man, I'm jealous. I'm trying to go on vacation too. I'm
Oh.
working on it.
Yeah, but it was nice. I'm not gonna lie to anybody. But
hmm
I want to get back for your other thing. The first part of that one I talked. You said about getting away and all that stuff. The very first one you said about social media that made a lot of sense. A lot of
hmm
people want to grab 10,000 people to put up under them. That's my social media. But yet, when your birthday come around, you ain't hear from 10. So, like you said, surround yourself very limited of people in your circle that is positive to be
hmm
with you.
hmm
So many people
hmm
think the bigger is better, and sometimes that come back and bite you in the butt. You know.
Well, I mean, you have to think about when I say social media, I look at it as um your involvement with it. So how you choose to engage. Are you only sharing positive things? Are you always on social media? Stay away from social media at certain times and so forth, because who needs to be on it all the time? However, if when you get on there, you do happen to see things that are triggering you or making you, feel anxious or something in some type of way, here is the thing. You have that ability to go delete or keep scrolling.
Mm-hmm.
So, maybe this particular, when you're on social media, you say, you know what, maybe I need to just take a break. Now, don't be one of these people. Hey, I'm taking a break. Just get off. Just stop. I can't stand that. That is so annoying. But if that's what you're doing, I do think that that's not a bad way to go. Go ahead and just step away. My daughter made the decision to just leave TikTok alone. When they deleted the app and or when they, shut it down and it wasn't available, she never added the app back. And she said, I'm so glad that I did. She said, I didn't realize how much time I'd spent on it. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? And then she was like, because TikTok is like a more freer form. And, so you have a lot of, you're getting some of everything.
Yeah.
Now, personally, you look at a good variety. I'll say some funny stuff, some uplifting stuff, some maybe some news or something or whatever. Um, she felt like it was bringing her a bunch of things that she didn't necessarily need. You know what I mean? So she cut it
Yeah.
off, and I was like, "Yay, you!" You know what I mean? A 23-year-old that said, "Yeah, I'm a pass." That's
Mm-hmm.
awesome. That's awesome. I do feel like again we are the gatekeepers
Right.
of what comes in and what comes out. So yeah, I it's rough. It's rough. It's hard to do sometimes.
Yeah, I know it is because I get messages all the time. You got, yeah, why did I sign up for all this? I can't answer all these messages that's coming through. But you're right. Sometimes you gotta trim back and trim down. It's so much out there, you
Mhm.
know. And you know
Mhm.
what the sad thing about it is so much out there. The key word is what is the truth?
Well, again, everybody's gonna have their version of it. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? My concern is whatever you're feeling, know that is different parts that
Mm-hmm.
are associated with it. So mindset. I always talk about mindset. So if that's how you're having a hard time, you know um um blocking, putting your boundaries up, because that's really what it is. You're putting boundaries on social media, you're putting boundaries on your time and so forth. That is part of cleaning your mind. Okay,
Yeah.
let me say this is what I'm doing. Personally, I feel like everybody should just get up and get moving. I think if you get up and get moving, get your blood going, you know what I'm saying? Listen to some music while you're doing it.
Yep.
I mean, you don't have to go to the gym and pump every weight if you don't want to, but I do feel like, exercise is if you're looking to clear your mind, that is one of the best ways to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It helps
Mm-hmm.
on the waistline too, is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm that's all I'm saying. But today I wanted to talk about, like you said, with exercise. I think that and I wrote about this in the article this month. I think that exercise is always associated with weight loss, but exercise is like great for like mobility. recovery, workout, recovery. Like you're like, oh, wait a minute, I'm exercising. You say I need to exercise to recover. Well, maybe, yeah, some active stretching, that is still exercise.
Yeah.
When you go, and if you ever gone to physical therapy and you whatever ailment that is, don't they give you exercises to do?
True.
You know, you know what I'm saying? So I want to make sure that we understand that, some things are exercises, but they're for different causes. And like you said, like mobility. And mobility exercises are very important to help you through your daily activities. Like I said, you DJ, all right. Well, you need to be able to carry your equipment and so forth. A person who makes cups or so forth or whatever needs to be able to pick up the items, have the finger dexterity to do this, have the range of motion to, grab this with this, this or that, whatever. You know what I mean? What mop the floor, drive your car,
Mm-hmm.
your day-to-day activities, like you said, you really need to make sure as we get older, I always preach balance, but I don't think I ever really, preach mobility, doing exercises for mobility. And like even like with where I a lot of times when I sit now, of course, when you sit, you want to make sure that you sit hip width apart, because when you sit with your feet like close together, you can automatically feel like the weight on your joints. But versus you and neutral, everything feels fine, right? But I often sit like this and press down. So I don't do it, like you said, it's not like, I'm like, hey, one and two. but but like while I'm on camera, while I'm, whatever I'm doing, if someone is here, I may be sitting and, and I'm just sitting, but I am pressing. I am legit pushing down. And like you said, that is mobility. That is opening up my hip for a better range of motion. Yes, it's a stretch. It's a stretch. But by just crossing my legs, pushing down, right? That gives me a better range of motion in my knee and in my hip.
Mm-hmm.
So I like again, and it's exercise. It's exercise. You can take that same movement, put an ankle weight on. Bang. Look at that. Little
Yeah.
strength training. Right? Still I can still get my stretch, right? And
Mm-hmm.
then for like you said, because this is like you said, this is just an active stretch. That's all it is. But it's gaining mobility, right? And my hips. So just for me doing that, just being honest, for those couple little times, my hips feel looser. And because I mean, we sit as you sit. Sitting is devil. Sitting is devil. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
if you have if you're seated a lot, I mean, why couldn't you do that? While you're sitting there? But and even when walking up the steps. So I do a lot of exercises with some of my older clients that are straight for balance and mobility. Straightforward, like, so if you are having issues going up the steps, lifting your legs, to get your legs, up the steps. Well, while you're sitting in the chair, you could put something on the floor. Um, this is kind of big, but put something on the floor and right there, right? I'm lifting the leg. I gotta lift it over. I gotta lift it back. Right there, it's going to strengthen those muscles, help with your range of motion, and you'll find if you keep doing that, it'll be easier to walk up the steps. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So I'm just when we think of exercise, make sure that you're looking at it at all the way around. Like you said, we started off talking about, like I said, I think the best thing to clear your mind is is exercise, but exercise is used for different things. And it is really important, like I said, to do things for mobility. Your mobility is what gets you through your day to day activities. Like I said, if you're having trouble reaching above your head, and maybe that's a problem putting on your shirt or something, something of that nature. All right, well, there's some exercise you could. Wow, while I'm sitting here, imagine that. But while I'm sitting here, i I can take and actively stretch. Actively stretch. Maybe I can't get over that far at first. Maybe it's here. I don't know. But you keep on and you're going to get it. You know what I mean? The more you move, the further you increase your range. Even like I can feel how much further that I can go from when I first did it the first time. You know what I mean? So continuous movement, active movement that helps mobility and your range of motion. So if you find that you're having trouble doing your daily day, activities, please do make sure that you include some active movement, active
Yeah.
stretching into your routine. Make sure, like you said, people, when you think of stretching, you think of static stretching, which is hold it, right? I'm a sit and this is what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna hold it, right? However, start off with that active stretching, right? And then go into your static stretch. And that will help, again, improve your range of motion and, like you say, your mobility when doing things. So just want to point that out because I think that, like you said, exercise. It came from a comment somebody made, and she was like, "Well, I don't need to exercise. I'm not trying to lose weight." And I was like, "Is that what you think? All you think exercise is for? Like, what do you mean?" Look, speaking of, I got a whole event that I'm doing on exercise. What are
That's
you
right.
talking?
That's right. And she has it going on. And I tell you,
Saturday,
yeah.
be there, be square. Be there, be square. Oh
Look,
yeah.
look at it. Look at it. See, she's not even started yet. This just a preview of what she's gonna be like.
Look, cause this is my lane. Like you said, this is and anytime I give like a suggestion, to solve someone's issue, it usually has exercise involved. And I always say the statement. I know I may be biased, because I am. For me, exercise is and because I know that exercise comes in different forms. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not just like, oh, let me go do this workout. No. I know that exercise can be doing your housework.
Yeah.
Exercise can be doing your favorite person. I'm just saying. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So exercise is really good for numerous things, and that's what made me, like I said, think about it as far as mobility. When I like you said, when she was talking about that, I was like, but yet you can't even like walk up the steps without, what I'm saying, like getting tired, or or you having a hard time with that. Like, come on, that's not just what exercise is for. But that's why this event, this fitness and nutrition event is happening,
Yeah.
because I need people to understand that, one, there's different forms of exercise. So we have different fitness formats, that we will have different instructors coming out to demonstrate. Like I said, not everything is lift this weight, do, these push-ups. I want
Yeah.
people to really see that, no, let's try it. Fitness can be fun. Fitness can be fun. I used to talk about Zumba.
Mm-hmm.
And my exact words, I'm going to say it, and I say it with my chest, I don't care. I felt like the Zumba people that were truly like Zumba instructors, Zumba was this big wave, right? I said, for the most part, if you do Zumba, I know that you're going out and having tacos and margaritas after. And 9 times out of 10, I was right. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that you can't do fun fitness. I'm just saying that, fun fitness also comes with discipline.
Right.
One of I did a consult yesterday. I was talking to the young lady, and she said, I am committed. She said, I go to the gym, I did this and that. I said, how long have you been doing that? She said, honestly, all my life. I was like, whoa, that's what's up.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Because it really needs to be something that is in our daily routines, that we teach our children that, hey, you don't move it, you lose it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what these events are. We have different fitness formats: yoga, salsa, bachata, step, R&B, lawn dance, hip hop, I know you're gonna be out there pop locking.
No, I'm gonna pop and I'm gonna be locked. Don't even go there.
But yeah, so but those are fun formats. I
Mm-hmm.
am very excited because this time I have uh soul yoga. So Davina, I love her. She does uh it's dope. I'm looking forward to it. Just being honest. So,
Yeah.
she does where, it's definitely a flow. She
Mm-hmm.
does a flow. So we've in the past, like you said, when I've done those events, I had yoga the first year. I don't think I had it the second year. So this year, bringing it back with a little soul, baby. Yeah, it's
Uh-oh.
gonna be good. It's gonna be
Yeah.
good. Um, Chef Amanda Marie, and so let me tell you. So we were talking about the menu, and she told me what she was going to do, like a kind of like a cold pasta type deal or something or whatever. And I told her, I said, this is a fitness and nutrition event. I said, I don't want anybody coming here and thinking that you can have pasta in your diet on a regular basis and it be okay. So I don't want
Right.
that even to, So I know that people, this event is put together with thought. It is not just who, whatever, thrown together. No, 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 no. Coach K don't roll like that. So no, that when you come, my goal is for you to learn something, maybe try something new,
Mm-hmm.
maybe get a resource that you were needing, hey, because we're going to have cold pressed juice, sea
Ooh.
moss, herbs, the teas, the, herbal people, um, um, we even for my VA people who are trying to get the 100%. But what, I'm just saying. But you need someone to write that medical letter. We have someone there that's doing that. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So I'm throwing it, and I don't want to, toot my own horn, but of course, we still doing free chair massages. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Now this time now, Conscious Move, she had something else. She's actually out of town. The dates conflicted. So we have Arms Reach Mobile Massage. He is stepped in and is going to fill in that gap. So the sign up for those massage. Yes, I did say sign up. So the sign, right?
Yeah.
I like a little order. I like order. So the signups will be going up. My goal is for all of that to be done by tomorrow. So you'll be able to go and sign up for a chair massage. I believe he said they're going to be like 10 minutes, I believe. So tips are welcome, folks. Listen, let me tell y'all something.
Don't get Coach started because she likes.
Well, I'm started. It's too late.
Okay.
So listen. Folks, I don't know if you know me personally. However, I'm from Baltimore. And so I'm as they say, northerner, even though we kind of south still, I call myself a southern northerner, you know what I'm saying? But a northern southerner. Yeah, that way. But anyway, so, but where I'm from, we believe in tipping. We believe in tipping. So I say that to say, he is going to do the free chair massages, and they are free. However, tip the man. Tip the man. That's all I'm saying, just as a thank you. But anyways, back to my regularly scheduled programming. You see how I did that?
Slid that right on in there.
That's right. But then this time we're going to have a panel this time. Now, if you've come to any of the other events, I always have a panel discussion. Mm-hmm. For the Fitness and Nutrition Expo, I would do Q&As. So I did a Q&A on macros and nutrition, and then a Q&A on like weight loss surgery options and so forth, right? So this time we're going to do a panel discussion to include everything. So, I mean, man, I don't mean to toot my own horn, but toot. Because, man, I have such a great lineup for the panelists. So I have, off the top of my head, let's see if I don't want to leave anybody out. But I have nutritionists. So I have 1, 2, 3 nutritionists, I believe. One, a dietitian, 2 nutritionists. All of them are personal trainers, pretty much. Good, maybe 4 personal trainers, a herbalist, a RN that specializes in weight loss, a physician's assistant that specializes in weight loss. I couldn't get a chiropractor, guys. I tried. I couldn't find a chiropractor. However, I have someone that his business is helping alleviate pain. So he has I guess they're like, I would say devices or so forth that help alleviate pain that are covered by the VA. But he does his specialty, pain. So I'm just saying, between all of these personal trainers, dietitians, nutritionists, physicians assistants, registered nurses. 2 of them are registered nurses, I believe. Come on. Yeah. Ask your questions. What do you have? Get them together. And come on. Come on. Because I'm pretty sure they have some answers.
Because, I remember the last one you had with panels. I know you have a time limit on them, but we had one panel, I forget which one it was. But people were asking questions left and right. I mean, it was a good discussion. So I'm letting y'all know, come there. It's free. Ask your questions. You will not be judged on the questions you ask. I was
Mm-mm.
always told no question is a dumb question.
That's right. That's right. That's right. And and I can't recall that the last event was our wellness fair. So I'm not sure which panel went over, but a lot. So the brain health fair that we're going to have. Look at me. That we're going to have brain health fair. I don't know if y'all can see that, but anyway, don't worry, it'll be in your gift bag, and I'm gonna come back and say something about that too. But the brain health fair came from the wellness fair because that panel discussion went so far over. I said, "Oh, we have to take and break this down." So
Mm-hmm.
that's how that came about. And the same, it was only supposed to be one event, and the same for the fitness and nutrition. It was so many questions, so many of this. I said, you know what? This needs to be its own event.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. So that's what we have. Like you said, the so yes, bring your questions. These events came because I do not like to Google because I feel like I run down the rabbit holes. I hate
Mm-hmm.
the rabbit holes. I hate going down the rabbit. It's too much information. It's too much information. So I wanted somewhere that I could just. I like to ask my question and get an immediate answer. I admit, guys, I really like self gratification, like instant gratification.
Yeah.
So I that's why I'm not a big online shopper. I'm waiting. I ordered something to go in these gift bags, and I'm waiting every time a truck go by. I can't deal with it. I like to go pick up my stuff.
Yes.
Back to these bags. Back to these bags, folks. So listen, this is not even. I'm sorry. I burnt myself yesterday cooking, like you said, moving fast.
Mm-hmm.
But so these bags. All right. As I said, please do register. Please do register so that you can have, I mean that, a bag with your name on it.
Yeah.
Because not that I don't have extras. However, if you registered, you get all of the things that were given. So I'm talking about, like I said, we have free tickets to Upstage Comedy Lounge. We have free passes, which everyone will get these. But for the Texas Muscle and Fitness, so free day passes for those, plus other little goodies in there. Some pre-workout. You know what I mean? But you only get those items if you have registered. So
I'm gonna throw something at you. I'm gonna
what's
throw
that?
something at you.
What's up?
I have tickets for Sabith coming up October 3rd and 4th.
Okay.
I can give out a pair of tickets for the 3rd and a pair of tickets for the 4th on Saturday. I have it right here. And
Okay.
it's
Okay.
October 3rd and 4th. October 3rd is the opening of it. And then October 4th is an all-day pass for everything, all the short films you want to see, all that's going on. So I'll throw a pair of tickets for each day in the ring.
I just heard raffle. That's what I heard.
And I got my raffle tickets here. You got raffle tickets? If not, I got some.
I got raffle tickets.
Okay, well, let's
so
throw
for
that in there.
everyone who has already registered, we throwing a raffle ticket in your bag.
Okay.
It's already in there for your chance to win. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Again, let me say it plain for you so that you can see my face. Register so that it's a bag with your name on it.
There you go. Yes.
I'm just saying,
Okay.
you're looking at a person that likes to plan. You are looking at someone who wants you to get the best of everything that Wanna Go Fit, Coach K, WSAN, Tan TV, Texas Muscle and Fitness, Arms Reach. Why am I saying all these names? Because these people are the people that are making this happen for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
Yeah.
Let's come on out. Get, like you said, bring your energy, bring your questions. Um, it's going to be a really good time. I'm very excited, honestly. Like I said, I'm I'm looking forward to the panel discussion, of course.
Yes.
Because I haven't done one with that broad of just this topic. So definitely excited to see that. However, I'm excited to to do the fitness demos because they're always fun. I had a good time. Like, I always have a good time. I tried to get belly dancing this year. I was so disappointed I couldn't. I had it the first year. And Miss Suzanne, man, she did that. It was nice. But again, still, we have so many different formats for you to choose. Mm-hmm. You may come out and decide that you really do like salsa. And here it is, the person that's instructing the class has classes that fit your budget and your time schedule. Won't he do it? That's all I want.
That's it.
That's all I want. I just want to be able to connect you with the resources, answer your questions, and have a little fun doing.
Yeah.
So, go on and register. I got a couple more. I think I got like maybe 10 more I would say of the full Monties, because those have all of the stuff in them. But yeah, otherwise, don't worry. If you don't have it registered, you show up, you still get a little something. We ain't never going to send you home empty-handed,
right.
baby.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, you know what? What is the address of the Moad Center?
So the address of the center is 305.
That's right.
However, the building, so that is the front of the building. So the event center is in the back. So I believe that is 303. I believe it's like, so, you'll see all of the cars there. I will make sure I have made a mental note to make sure, hopefully, that it's not too windy or anything, to have something so to make sure that you see clearly where it is. Okay. But it is 305 East Ramsey Street. Like I said, look for the cars because that is the front of the building. You need to come around to the back. Mm-hmm. Parking is free, of course. Free parking, free event, free gifts, free information. Did I mention free?
Free. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's a favorite 4-letter word I like hearing. It's free.
Right.
And stuff. And everybody got to realize they need to come on out, because I've been bragging. But I was even down at South Padre Island talking to people, saying what you were doing.
Oh.
I was down there. Anybody I associate with, I was bragging about their business down there.
Well, listen, let me tell you something. You can brag about me and tell them how they need to get something together and have Coach K run it, because I'll go down to South Padre.
I know you will.
Yes, I will.
She be out on that
sure
beach.
Will.
She be out on that beach exercising.
Sure
will. Coach K. What can you say about Coach K?
Sure would. I sure would. Like I said, I mean, honestly, exercise, to tie it into the topic, exercise can be done anywhere, and it is good for pretty much everything.
Right.
Just, it's a true statement that, like I said, from losing weight to being in a good mood to being able to move with a good, stable footing and base, and to have good range of motion, to be able to do all the things that you need to do, to be able to have the strength that you need to do. Exercise is everything, baby. You better get with it.
Get with the program.
Get with it.
That's
Get
right.
with it. Just saying. And look, if you have questions, bring them on Saturday. We'll talk about
That's what I'm talking about. Hey, yeah, bring them because they will answer them.
it. That's right.
Because the panel she has are very informative
Mm-hmm.
professionals and they know their thing and they can get. You
Mm-hmm.
know what? Last year was so funny. It was a couple questions out there that some of your panelists say, I don't know the answer, but I get the answer. Before it was over with, they got the answer. Now that's what I like.
This is, but that's what I'm saying, Ron. And everybody has their spin on things. I'm not the only, personal trainer, fitness instructor, fitness educator, CPR instructor in the world. I'm not. However, my spin on it is from my view and how I would like things to go.
Yeah.
And when I do an event, it is really important to me not just to put people up there. I want to put people up there that, one, they may be looking for clients. So that way, if you have a question and so forth, it can lead to an immediate connection. You found your therapist right there. You
Mm-hmm.
may, somebody called me needing macros and so forth and nutrients, and so I called it back at I couldn't leave a message and so forth, but I am going to text that number and let them know we have someone that specializes in macros that's going to be at the event on Saturdays. Come
Yes.
and hook up with them. That's what you're looking for. He
Mm-hmm.
wasn't looking for a trainer. He was looking for someone to do that. Got you.
See,
Got you.
that's what
See
I'm
what I'm
talking
saying?
about. Yes.
Just saying.
Woo.
I'm doing my part, Ron.
Yes, you
Doing
are.
my part.
You know, you
Doing
do it.
my part to save the world 1 pound at a time. And I thank everybody and everyone that helps me do so. You included, Ron G. You
Oh,
be
there
getting
she go. I
together.
gotta, I gotta tape her doing that and put that in one of my spots. She's the
Hey, you
only
want to
one.
come on? If you want me to get on the mic, I'll come get on the mic for you. You know.
She is the
Let me
only
know.
one that
We'll be
does that.
recording.
I know. And I met Coach K through a mutual friend and told me about her. And when that girl showed up at my studio, it was nothing but fireworks. And ever since then, if Coach K called me and say, Ron, can you do this for me? And the favorite thing I would tell her, done,
Done. Done.
done,
Done.
it's done.
Done.
Just let me
Done.
know it's done.
But Ron, I was looking at the thing that was running one morning. I turned the station on, and I looked at how you have all of the community, events running and so forth or whatever, and I want to say that's what's up. That's what we really just need more, just kind of just blind support. Like, okay, you doing this, it may not be my thing, but let me put this up here. Somebody may like it or whatever. Just being a resource. So I think that it's a lot to be said about being a resource, and that's what I always choose to be. Oh, just and again, proof is in the pudding.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Last week, one of my clients, she is in need of a grief coach. One of actually, it was my client's daughter, which I worked with the whole family. She passed really around my birthday, and she, having a hard time after, and you could tell she wasn't ready. So
Yeah.
then she came, and it was funny because I actually had something that pretty traumatic that happened a few weeks ago, and it made me understand where she was coming from. Like, I could relate better, right? And I feel like, with when you're working with like a trainer, a personal trainer, and so forth. That's why I always say I give personal training, because you don't need what this person needs, but whatever. But anyway, so as I'm talking to her, and she mentioned, wanting to talk to someone. Now, again, I can be an ear. However, I am not trained in that area. So do you know what I did? I went back to last year's brain health fair panelists and pulled out my resource of the grief coach that I had on the panel and set them up.
That's what I'm
There
talking
you go.
about.
There
Yes.
you go. You know, that's what it's about. That's what it's about. It's about being a resource, helping people.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, you may need something and somebody is going to help you. It, help, helping others
Yeah,
is the point.
that is so
Be a
true. For you to
be a
go back,
resource.
yeah, for you to go back and find that information, and that's what it's all. And you found information for me about the
Mm.
dentist,
Hmm.
and
She
uh,
has been one of my panelists every year,
yeah,
and I'm gonna make sure she on there this year.
mm-hmm,
Some now I do try and switch it up, folks. Let me put out my disclaimer. There will be some people that you like. Oh, I see them every time, because these are some people that I really feel like definitely always provide strong information. However, I do try and switch it up and bring you different professionals to have different opinions and takes on things. However, Dr. Cheryl, yeah,
mm-hmm.
yeah, definitely.
And you know what
Because
makes so?
I want to leave this earth with all my teeth. I mean that.
Yeah,
I am a good patient. When I go to the dentist, they love me. They like, what you need me to do? Okay. Hmm.
mm-hmm,
I want to have all my teeth when I leave. So
mm.
I do believe that taking dental hygiene is important, and that's why in our Get Fit wellness fairs, I always invite Dr. Cheryl to participate in the general health panel.
You know what's funny? I
Mm.
made sure I looked up on my to see if she was in my whatever you call it
Network.
network, and I looked it up. I typed her name in. She popped up clear as anything. I said, "That's my girl."
What are you
She's
doing?
in my
Woo-hoo.
network. I said, "Oh wow, that's my girl."
That's what's up.
So I'm gonna set up stuff later on, and that so I appreciate that. See, if you go to the events, you may not need them today, but you will need them later on, and that is a resource that Coach K is giving you. See, I just gave you a free plug.
Honey, I appreciate it.
Yeah, but that's what it's all about because people don't realize when you go to these events, oh, I'm not going to, you never know when you're going to need them.
That is true. That is true. I'm telling you. You know what? And just being honest, I laugh because I all with the vendors, I always try to have event appropriate vendors, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Again, I always make the joke. You're not necessarily going to come to my event and it's Mary Kay, or you know what I mean, or
Right.
like I'm hoping that she responded to me. I last year at the fitness and nutrition expo, or was she at the wellness? She may have been at both, but waist beads, because you don't think about that as being a part of fitness or so forth or whatever, or weight loss, but it is. Waist beads, yeah, we use them for fashion, but they were used to help control, let you know, hey,
Yeah.
you ate too much, or you're losing weight or so forth. So I do try and have event appropriate vendors,
Okay.
so just for the people to immediately shop it. But however, I do like to have people that are resources that maybe you don't think about, like you said, WSAN radio. Well, what is that? Well, check him out. You may want to listen to his program. Tan TV. Who is that? Well, you may want to, advertise on her platform. for? You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? What's one? Upstage Comedy Club.
Yep.
Oh, I'm looking for something to do. You know, it's all about shit. Alpha Solar. What? Come
Mm-hmm.
on. I'm not going to lie. I just said that I was going, and that this is not in that realm because, of course, these, solar panels for your home.
Right.
But I, solar is the way to go.
That's
I'm
right.
looking for a portable battery uh, charger to have. I'm like, stay ready so you ain't got to get ready. I'm
Mm-hmm.
looking for one of them. I want a nice size one that's portable, that I can use and just stick it out in the sun. Make sure, you know what I mean? So that way I
Yep.
always have power. So, I
Exactly.
mean, but again, something to think about.
Yep.
Just something to think about. So you may not need think about it now, but then when you buy your house and you're like, I went
Mm-hmm.
to Coach K event and there was a guy there. He had solar, which we call it. So
Yep. Exactly.
just
So,
say,
all right.
be a resource.
Yes,
Be a
ma'am.
resource.
Look at us. Look at us. We did good today, young lady. We did good.
Well,
Um,
like I said,
I'm gonna throw
when
something.
when you get in the lane, you
Yep.
get going.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw something else out there at you. I did it for the last event that I did. All your vendors, if you write all their names down and put it in a hat, we'll do a drawing for two vendors, and they will be able to advertise free for 60 days. I'll do a commercial for them on WSN radio.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Um, First of all, you the man, Ron G. Love it. Second, won't he do it? Won't he do it? And third, but not last, if you're not rocking with Coach K, I don't know what you do. That
and,
part.
and all the vendors there are given an opportunity to come on the show. I'm gonna do. I did it to the last three events that I did, and it
Mm-hmm.
blew up because the
Mm.
word is getting out. I interviewed this guy who does nothing but gluten-free sweet potato pies.
Ooh.
That's all he does. I had him on the show yesterday,
Okay.
so I got his information, and I'm gonna share it with everybody. And so
Did
it's
you get some of the pie?
he's got a soft opening on the 27th. I'll let you know where it's gonna be at. Okay.
Yeah.
See, here I
Yeah.
am advertising for him. Come on, dude. But anyway, see, but that's what we do here. It's got
That's
to get
right.
out to the community. This
That's
is what
right.
we're doing here. I can't be
That's
a community-based radio station if I don't be with the community.
that part. That part.
You know.
That that part. That part. I
So
definitely, like you said, I definitely appreciate the support. I will be updating, sending out updates to the vendors and participants and everything. And I'll be sure to include you on
okay,
that. I'm not sure if I did, but now it's time to. I didn't want to bombard you, but now, like you said, the event emails for the vendors, I'll make sure I send it out and let them know they have an opportunity. And thank you for contributing to those chance to win. Come on for
yeah.
our tickets. Come on, man. Send me that exact in a text for me, Ron.
Okay,
So
I'll send all that to you.
yes, please, so I
Okay.
can because I got people after this, so
Yeah,
I
I got you.
it's not gonna be till later. Yeah,
I got you.
but yes. So I do, like you said, I do appreciate you getting out there and being in the community because the more you in the community, that means that's more that Coach K is in the community.
That's
Because
right.
you spreading the word vicariously. I mean,
I
that
always tell. This is my tagline with you. Not only she can whip you into shape, but she tell jokes as she go along the ways.
that's
You got a
right.
comedian,
That's right.
coach, all at the same time.
That's right. And you know what, Ron? I was telling somebody like Sean, he had gave the passes for the day passes for the Texas Muscle Gym, and he said, "Well, if you have some left over," I said, "Don't worry. I said, I am the type of person that I truly am support small business or support business. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And when I do my CPR classes, when if somebody is here and they say that, I'm like, oh, let me. But when I have like do my classes and if I have events, like I had a couple of passes for Miss Trish Gym. And it wasn't a lot, you know what I'm saying? It was like a few of them, but I threw them in the bags. It's fitness related, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You know, just spreading the word, you know, just by giving out somebody flyer or sharing a post or something, that ain't going to
Yeah.
you. You know what I mean? So I appreciate everybody that does it for me, and in return know that it's not even in return. You're probably doing it for me because I this is something I've been doing for years. I support small business.
Yeah. Exactly. Oh man. So it's gonna be good. This is
It
going.
is.
I'm looking forward to this for Saturday. I don't know why, but I'm probably more pumped up than you are. Yeah, I look forward for events like this, meet new people, and you know what? I want everybody to remember this. Whenever you go to these events, you always walk away learning something new.
Right. And let me also say this. I am going to, of course, have a few mats or so forth or whatever. I'm not sure if she's doing. I think she is probably going to do some because we, do it on the floor. Um, but bring your own mat just for cleanliness, for germs and stuff. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Bring your own mat. If you want to participate in the yoga portion, if you look on the website on the event page or on the Eventbrite, you'll see the order of the event. So and if you want to make sure that you get there for a certain time, go ahead, look and see where it is so that way you won't miss it.
Amen to that. All right. On that note, Coach K, another show, but the show is
Mm-hmm.
really gonna be on Saturday. That's all I'm gonna
Yeah,
say.
baby.
You want to make any
Yeah, baby.
closing remarks?
Well, guys, like I said, Coach K promotes exercise. I promote exercise for everything, guys. Everything. It is not just to help you look good. Remember that. Remember that exercise can be used in so many different ways, just to help you live a better life, just being honest. So, come on and find out more about it on Saturday. But if you can't make it on Saturday, just remember, baby, move it or lose it. Move
that
it or lose it.
that one right
Move it
there.
or lose it.
All right, Coach K. Until next time, you take care, young lady, and we'll see you Saturday.
Yeah, we're gonna be there.
All
And
right.
swimwear. Yes. Bring your energy and your questions. It's going down. Meet
Oh,
me. Where is it going down? At the
and
Moed.
center. That part. All right. Take care, young lady.
See you guys.
All right.
Recording stop.
All right, everybody. That was our favorite coach right there. It was Coach K here on WSAN Radio. We appreciate everybody tuning in. And let's see, we were live on YouTube, Facebook,